What's going on, fam? What's going on? Welcome back. This is Chris with F4YT. I know you're having a wonderful day. We're back with another divine alignment light code message. And I know you guys been taking care of yourself, learning much you can about your purpose, your mission, your life path, just leaving no stone unturned in your life, and realize that like we all been lied to on a mass level. So what do we do about it, right? We got to go to the root cause. You know, who are the people responsible for all the things that's going on in the education system, the politics, religion, you name it, right? Who's responsible? It's time to get to the root cause of the matter. It's not us, it's them, right? So at the end of the day, it's time for each and every one of us to take full responsibility and accountability for our actions. So this is all about unity consciousness, message from the universal source within you, because you are your own universe. All right, so we no longer can blame people outside of us. We can control our actions, thoughts, beliefs, words, motion, and actions, right? So, but we can't control everything. So now it's time for each and every one of us to take full responsibility and accountability for everything. So we are continuing our presentation series talking about the shadow, and it can go a little deep, you know what I'm saying? So, and I really want to put, some additional attention to detail to give you some additional tools to put in your toolbox, you know what I'm saying? And that way you can test things out for your own, to gather your own perspective. So I'm nice enough to give you some references and give you some key points and some takeaways, so you're not walking out here on blind faith, you know what I'm saying? So if you're new to the channel, it's all about personal growth, development, self-discovery, knowledge of self, self-mastery, you know what I'm saying? And realizing like, hey, real knowledge is to know the extent of one's true ignorance. Realizing that, hey, we don't know everything. Once you think you know everything, you stop growing. It shuts your brain down. So it's all about, being that student and that teacher at the same time frame in your own reality, and being your own leader. Stop following people. Follow your damn self, okay? So material items gonna come and go, but knowledge of self is more important and longer lasting, because when you can learn to do things on your own, you don't need nobody else. So cut out the middleman, okay? So if you don't learn anything else, learn these 7 hermetic principles. It's going to take you far. You're doing these things each and every day, whether you know it or not. So why not get better acquainted with these principles, okay? We'll talk a little bit more about that in just a second. So again, if you're new to the channel, be sure to click that like, subscribe button down below. If you love to donate to the channel, the Cash App is down below. Nobody's going to teach you this stuff, okay? And also, I'm giving you the book. So also check the description area if you want to continue your own personal learning, process, okay? So what's going to happen is, the reason why you're gravitating to these presentations, because you receive your call to adventure just like I did. Mama Universe said, hey, it's time to go to the next level. You need to play your part so we can get everybody on base. You know what I'm saying? So that's what happened. You receive your call to adventure. The universe been lining up the right people, placing an event to support your growth. You've been building a relationship with nature. Most important, your damn intuition. Stop blindly believing people and doing your own research, okay? So somehow, some way, things been working out for you. And the right people, placing an event, been coming into your life, sharing their true ups and downs, like myself, the things that work, the things that don't work, and the things or the tools that I use to help me level up. I made a lot of mistakes, but those mistakes made me wise. It gave me some knowledge, gave me some experience, and also it closed, everything together with that wisdom. So I'm able to share, my life experiences with you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm able to take, some of this book knowledge, right? And basically break it down to a point, to where how this information applied to my life, okay? And I really want to tip my hat off to this guy, Denny Sargent, because as soon as I came across this, now I'm like, man, this guy saved me a lot of time, from writing a book. He has some good information. I just need to trim the fat a little bit and just give you some key points, some stuff that you can use right now, okay? But still read that book, okay? All right, that way you can feed your own mind and program your own mind, okay? So I don't want to get too off track here. So on your hero's journey, it's all about cause and effect. It's all about your intent. The universe gonna mirror your intent. So if you really want to change and you want to make this world a better place, okay, it starts with you. So what can you do to play your part? That's what it's all about. You don't have to overthink this stuff, okay? So it's all, you're gonna have many lessons and tests, right? But each and every person got to grow through their own personal transformation and atonement process. You need to learn about astrology, geometry, or numerology, anatomy, okay? And then really connect with nature and trust your intuition. Test things out, see if that is the shadow voice or your angelic voice. And that's what we've been talking about, guys. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. You know, Earth is a school. As always, our purpose and mission require learning a whole bunch of life lessons, right, to gain that experience and knowledge for our self growth. So if you've been doing the same thing over and over again, you've been following, you know, what your parents told you, your grandparents, these institutions, and they don't work for a reason, okay? That's why you got to keep going every Sunday or every week, right? You know, it's a business. So let's cut out the middleman so we can do things for ourselves. I hope that makes sense, okay? So it's time to follow your own biorhythm and flow in life. Most importantly, pay yourself first, okay? Me and you guys get quite a bit of money, all right? You just need to know how to manage that money and move it in certain directions so you can continue that flow of your money so it doesn't go stale, okay? So let's go ahead and jump right into it. I'm gonna give you my key points and my takeaways when it comes to your shadow, the 5 parts of the shadow, and I'll get you out of here, okay? So let's start, you know, right on to it. You know what I'm saying? Underneath all the layers, you know, this is you. You're a divine, you know, light being. You're here to have this human experience, you know what I'm saying? So you come through that divine portal of your mom, but your father and your mom meet up, right? They'll create that spark, which is you, to come out of this thing, to hit the grand stage of Earth. And you know, Earth is a test of the heart, all right? Speaking of heart, you know, before you get there, you know, on this plane, you're gonna get a lot of knowledge. You're gonna get shit, you know, get some ups and downs. We're gonna learn them lessons, right? It's gonna give you the experience that you need so you'll know what's right and wrong, so you don't do that stuff all over again. So that gonna make you wise. You know, you're gonna make you super wise, okay? And you're gonna be able to speak up when it's time to speak up, all right? So to make things going, you know, talk about these 7 hermetic principles. The principal truths are 7. He or she who knows these understandably possess the magic key before whose touch of all doors of the temple fly open. And the temple is your mind, okay? Everything starts in the mind first before it manifests in the physical. So what are you feeding your mind each and every day? Because what you focus on grows. So if you know, like, hey, if I can focus on some things that I want to manifest in my life, I don't just sit with that thing 15 minutes a day, you know, take action, right? Test things out. Something got to come your way. It's the law of attraction, but they don't break it down, okay? So first, everything starts in the mind first, right? Mentalism. Then the next step, correspondence, vibration, polarity, rhythm, cause and effect. We've been talking about that for quite some time. And gender. These are everything, right? So to maintain your core values so you can stay in that heart chakra, all right? So you can be walking and navigating your optimum, you know, self, right? And this is broken down from the 7 principles of Ma'at. So what is this? This is an ancient system of morals and values that is going to help guide your thought and behavior as you navigate in your own matrix reality. They are truth, justice, righteousness, reciprocity, balance, order, and harmony. Sounds familiar, right? So you'll start seeing this number 7 and you'll start to see this balance, you know, giving and receiving a lot, okay? That's when you know you treading in truth, okay? Because the truth repeats itself. The lie doesn't have a long shelf life. Remember that. All right, so let's start getting into it. There's a spiritual message to everything that you're going to encounter in your reality, okay? Remember that. So unless you learn to face your own shadow, you will continue to see them in others, right? Because the world outside of you is only a reflection of the world inside of you. So if you see me as your enemy, you have a lot of spiritual work to do, okay? I'm not here to hurt you. I'm here to help you and to encourage you to do your own research and give you a divine message here, okay? So it's time to lead by example and stop blindly following people because you want to be lazy and not read and research, all right? So if a person only loves one other person or a race, right? We see a lot of that going on. It is indifferent to his fellow men. His love is not love, but a symbolic attachment or an enlarged egotism. Tell me about it, right? So next, over here, we're going to talk about these 5, you know, either cliches, right? But the main objective is don't repeat the same lessons or tests, okay? So once you go through these experience, you know what's right and wrong. Don't do it all over again, okay? You know, you'll go down to another level, okay? It's all about elevation, okay? If I want to keep it as simple as possible. So there, you know, at the end of the day, when it comes to attachment, you know, there are cycles and seasons, you know, for everything. You know, nothing is forever. You know, everything, you know, has to either die or go. You know what I'm saying? It's that cause and effect. It's an ebb and flow kind of deal. So in that present moment, what are the lessons that you're getting from that experience, from your spouse, you know what I'm saying, a friend, a co-worker, you name it? What are you learning in that present moment? All right, so I'm letting you know to give you a mushroom here to level up. These are some cheat codes. So when it's time to, when people placing things or getting ready to leave your life, that should be a key indicator, for you to say, man, I'm getting ready to level up, you know what I'm saying? Because you outgrown, these old relationship, people, places, and things, because they not doing it, doing anything for you overall, for your spiritual, mental, and emotional health. So be, when you lose these things, right, be open for new experience that's going to help you grow to the next level. Okay, so we live in a realm of nothing more than energy, frequency, and vibration. We spoke about the 4 phases of matter: plasma, gas, liquids, and solids. Okay, one does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making darkness conscious. Okay, because you are bringing light to the darkness through your thoughts, belief, words, emotions, and action, and getting shit done. Okay, so at the end of the day, there's a cycle and season for everything. But in that present moment, make each day count. That's all I'm saying, to keep it straightforward. Just make each day count. All right, don't waste a day. All right, when you waste a day and you didn't learn anything, man, you wasted a whole day. Okay, so don't fall for the distractions. It's all about raising your overall energy, frequency, and vibration, so you can get better light codes from yourself instead of relying on somebody saying God said, right? That's their message. That's not your message. Okay, it may sound good, but what is that God in you, or that divine energy in you telling you to do? All right, it's time to follow your own inner voice, your own energy. Okay, all right. So as we dive right into it, there's a good side, not so good side to everything. We've been talking about this over and over again, but there's always a neutral ground. So once you get that knowledge, the experience, and the wisdom, it's gonna make you whole. Okay, so that way you can be your whole, true, divine self. So a little bit, to dive a little bit, deeper into, some spiritual knowledge, Dr. Mumby and Ralph Smart on YouTube. Dr. Mumby and Ralph Smart on YouTube. One more time, Dr. Mumby and Ralph Smart on YouTube. They'll help you out. These individuals, they're volunteering their time almost every day, just to help people level up. You know what I'm saying? It's not just me, it's many of us, just sharing their true ups and downs and some tools, right? But it's up to you to, to discern and to take action and test things out. So let's talk about this. So traditionally, there are 5 key components to your shadow or dark side. So confronting or piercing these dark aspects is the spiritual work we all must do on this path of spiritual growth. Okay, so even me, right? So the negative parts of your personality, which some call sins, or these cliches or cliches in Sanskrit, right? These consist of what? Ignorance, egotism, attachment, repulsion, and clinging to life, just to name a few. Okay, all right, but there's many more. But these are the lower aspects of you, okay, that root chakra. All right, so your shadow manifests chiefly in in varied forms of the cliches, right? So when you meditate on these different, so-called sins, right, you'll be able to see how you can move beyond them, and then, can help you keep your shadow in check too. So the most important thing you can do, is to be aware of how your shadow can manifest in your life, and how your guardian angel can help you overcome and learn from these aspects of yourself that are part of your dark side. Okay, it's all about, leaving no stone unturned. And everything starts from the inside out, not from the outside in, like they taught us. Okay, so use your dark aspect as a teaching tool on your path, like I'm doing. So as you elevate your overall energy, frequency, and vibration using correspondence, even my dark side will be an angel to a lot of people that are vibrating low. I hope that makes sense. All right, so if I'm vibrating up here and my shadow is up here too, right, for somebody that's operating their root, solar, sacral, or something like that, right, even my shadow will be an angel for you guys by sharing my ups and downs and my embarrassing moments. I don't care, right? But it's all about helping you elevate your overall energy, frequency, and vibration, so you can touch somebody else out there that needs your help. Okay, somebody's waiting on you. All right, so I'm here to remind you of your greatness. They lied to you. So remember, everything you encounter in your reality is all about lessons and tests, and knowing not to do that shit all over again. So again, you can find, if you want to follow along and get, some further knowledge so you can enlighten yourself, you can go to chapter 7, Your Guardian Angel and You, with Denny Sargent. At the end of the day, it's all about protecting your mental health. Okay, all right. Let's unlearn the lies and relearn our own personal truth. So let's talk about, my takeaways and get you guys out here. First one is ignorance. So ignorance is more than, It's more than not knowing something. It's also refusing to admit what you don't know. Okay, a lot of people do that because it looks good, it feels good to be that know-it-all person, you know, to be that savior, so to speak. But people cause tremendous evil by being ignorant, okay, choosing to ignore about other people, their cultures, their religion, and how other people feel or think, right? So that's why knowledge, real knowledge, is power, but it's all about a choice, okay? So number 2, egotism. This deals with selfishness and an inflated view of how wonderful, beautiful, and smart you are overall, which you are, okay? But don't let it get to your head, okay? But all of these contribute to the toxicity called egotism. So once you think you're above someone else, this pretty much opens up the floodgates, you know, to your shadow to take over. It's a program. All right, they teach us, you know, these programs in school without us even knowing it, okay? And with this program, it's going to lead to one of the biggest problems here is racism. When you look at the root word to racism, it's a race, it's a competition. You should already know, like, hey, they trying to make us compete against each other like the Hunger Games. Exactly, right? Then you got bigotry, intolerance, and other evils that are generated from the egotism. So through flattery and threats, you got people out there that can, you know, use your egotism to control and manipulate you without you even knowing it. It's called Stockholm Syndrome because you vibrate in your root chakra and you'll do anything you can to blend in, okay? Please, don't blend in. Use your own critical thinking skills. Number 4, attachment. You know, attachment, the desire to crave something beyond what is natural, okay? We've been there before. I gotta have it, right? But attachment leads to power. So if you are attached to something, that person, place, or thing has power over you. So your true will is the top priority on your hero journey, okay? So material items gonna come and go, but that knowledge of self is more important and longer lasting because you can duplicate that stuff, okay? And that's gonna lead to your love and will that's gonna equal your own inner joy, okay? So as we get ready to close things out, we got repulsion here. Repulsion is anything that you dislike or repels you, is that false evidence appearing real, okay? And it's time for you to face everything and rise. So I'm here to remind you, it's all about growth and evolving, right? So each and every one of us, we got to face that root cause. That's the key to really unlocking parts of our shadow, okay? And the biggest cheat code, everything is a lesson in the test. What you learn from the experience. If you was a racist, if you were taught to do any of these things, it's all about acceptance and approval. Like, man, I did that. I really did do that. But I'm not going to do it again. And I see how it hurts people. You know what I'm saying? Number 6, clinging to life. Death is a part of nature, all right? Everything got to die, you know, in nature. But even though that energy is not dead, but everything dies, okay? There's an ending, okay? So it's one of those great lessons that we all must face, you know, to be honest. And I dealt with a lot of this death thing early when I first came into manifestation, right? But long story short, your guardian angel will help you, you know, to accept death and really see it in a life affirming way. Like, man, what did these people teach me? Or, well, you know, what kind of lesson can I get from their life? And that's going to help you, you know, have a better understanding of yourself. That way you can make every day count. And so when you do finally leave, people be like, man, that guy Chris from Fruit From Your Thoughts, I really appreciate him, you know, putting that energy into, you know, reading these books and breaking some things down for us, you know what I'm saying, to give us a head start. Or even yourself, that's you doing some things, you know what I'm saying? So what would you be remembered, you know, in your, you know, end days, so to speak? All right, so as we get out of here, as you grow closer to your guardian angel, your higher self, your own inner voice, your own energy, right? So you will need to become more conscious of your shadow. All right, it's a partnership, relationship kind of deal. So your guardian angel is ready and able to help you all day, every day, 24/7. So, but you got to be open to receive these synchronistic events. You know, you being in the right place in the right time is just not happening just to happen. Okay, your universe, your spiritual team wants you to graduate and go to the next level. You got this, okay? So this has been my takeaways when it comes to the 5 parts of the shadow. There's more, all right, but these are some key components that get you to the next level, to get you into your heart chakra, so you can attract those experiences that you need, so you can elevate, and so you can help other people. That's what it's all about, okay? So again, be sure to click that like, subscribe button down below. I really appreciate each and every one of you. We'll be closing things out with the shadow in our next presentation. Take care of yourself, love yourself, continue to learn as much as you can about yourself. Until next time, stay grateful and focused, fam. Peace.